In this video is discussing grade 11, lesson 3, indices and logarithm 2, exercise 3.5, question number 2, answers. In exercise 3.5, question number 2 is based on division of a logarithm by a whole number. So all the questions I will be discussing how to do this division correctly. What are the points you're supposed to know when you're dividing a log value? In the previous video, I talked about exercise 3.5, question number 1, that based on multiplication of logarithm by whole numbers. I will share that video link in the description. Let's get into the exercise 3.5, question number 2, A part. So the logarithm value is given 1.9412 divided by 2. So you can start simplifying. Here 2 has 1. So in this simplification, now you can say these numbers are positive numbers. All the positive numbers, we just use the normal division. So the 1 does not having, so it becomes 0. So you consider, you take the both numbers, and this number considered as a 19. 19 has how many 2's? There are 8. And 1 remains. The remaining one you can write up over here. So the number is 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7. And then you have a 1. 1 doesn't have any 2's, so it's 0. You can put it. Now these two numbers together, you have to check it. So 12 has 6. So when you divide that number, we get the answer is 0.8706 as a logarithm value. Okay, let's go to the part B. Part B is given 0.5512 divided by 2. When we dividing, first 2 has 1. So you can start simplifying. 0 has how many? It's 0. And the decimal point straight away up. 5 has how many 2's? There are 2. And you can see there is a 1 remainder because 2 times 2 is 4. And there is a 1 remainder. And remaining 1 you can write next to the 5. So the number now looks like 15. 15 has how many 2's? There are 7. 2 times 7 is 14. Again, there will be a 1 remain. The remaining one we write next to the number top over here. So the now number looks like 11. 11 divided by 2, it gives 5. Again, 1 remainder. So the remaining one again we write next to the 2. So now number looks like 12. 12 has how many 2's? There are 6. So we get the answer is 0.2756. C part, bar 2.4312 divided by 2. When you're having a negative logarithms, that means the bar values, when you're dividing, you have to be careful. Okay, now in this one, you can straight away divide because this number is a multiple of this, so you can divide easily, right? Let's start dividing. First 2, 1. When you 2 divided by 2, 1. The bar 2, when you divide bar 2, you get the bar 1. Okay. And decimal, when you are having a negative, that means bar values, only this number only negative and the other section is the positive. So you can divide the other section as usual. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. 3 divided by 2 is 1. There is a 1 remainder. The remaining one we can write like over here. And 11 divided by 2 is 5. And 5, 1 remain. Because 2 times 5 is 10. There will be 1 remainder. 12 divided by 2, it will be 6. So we get the answer is bar 1.2156. Part D, bar 3.5412 divided by 3. When you're dividing this, 3 has 1. So bar 3 has, when you divide it, you have a bar 1, 3 has 1, and decimal place straight away up. 5 has how many 3s? There are 1, and 2 is remaining. So the remaining 2 right next to the 4. So it looks like 24. 24 has how many 3s? There will be 8. 8 times 3 is 24, and no remainder. So we can have a 1. 1 can't divided by 3, so we have to put there 0. And then that we consider these two numbers together, 12. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So we get the answer is bar 1.1804. E, bar 2.4712 divided by 2. Okay, let's start dividing. How many 2s are here? 1. How many 2s are in bar 2? There will be 1 bar. Because bar 2 you can divide, it's a divisible number. 0.4 has how many 2s? There will be 2. And 7 has, there will be 3. 2 times 3 is 6. And 1 remaining 1 we write it here so that you have 11. 11 divided by 2 is 5. There is a 1 remainder. So there will be 12. So 12 has 6. So we can have an answer is bar 1.2356. So part F is bar 4.5321 divided by 2. So when you're dividing by 2, let's start simplifying. 2 has 1. So the bar 4, when you divide it by 2, 4 has 2. So it's a negative number. Because of that, you just put the bar value here. And the other side, 5. 5, when you divide it by 2, you have a 2 here. 2 times 2 is 4. And 1 remain. Now number is 13. 13 divided by 2 means 6. 6 times 2 is 12. There will be 1 remainder. And you can see here is a 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. No remainders. And then 1. 1 has how many 2s? Can't divide, so you put the 0. And so since it's having a decimal, you can take a 0 and make it is a 5. Right? But here in the logarithm, if you are taking the number and divide further, when you turn it to the anti-log, the value does not change. So you can stop over here by writing. When you are checking the anti-log, if you took number round up or not. When you are checking the anti-log, if you took the number round up or not, it does not make very big difference. Sometimes not make even a difference. So you can go either this answer, or if you change into the round up answer, doesn't matter, both are correct. Part G, bar 1.5432 divided by 2. So in this question is different than the previous questions. Why is that? Because this bar value is not a multiple of a 2. So you can't divide at once. Right? So you have to first identify positive and negative section. So in this one, you can see this section is the positive section. And the other part is the negative section. Right? So here, since this is not a multiple of 2, we need to make this is a multiple of 2. To make bar 1 is a multiple of 2, you need to give a 1 for this side. So what we do is we take a 1, give -1 for this section, and +1 for this section, right? So the point is now -1 and +1 is make 0. That's the point. So the number is balanced. That means you haven't added anything for this one. So here, now we can write our new number. What is our new number is bar 1 and another bar 1 is added. So it makes bar 2. +1 is added. So it comes 1.5432 divided by 2. 2 times 1 here. How many 2s are here in the 2? 1. The same way, bar 2 has how many 2s? There are 1. So the bar 1 here. And then we divide this section. 1 does not have any 2s. So you put the 0.15 has how many 2s? There will be 7. 2 times 7 is 14. 1 remainder. So the remaining one goes next to the 4. It makes 14. So 14 divided by 2 gives 7. 3 divided by 2 gives 1. And there will be 1 remainder. So that 1 goes to next to 2. Now the number looks like 12. 12 has how many 2s is 6. So finally, we get the answer. We can connect these two numbers together and we can write the answer. Bar 1.7716. So the positive section gives 7716, 0.7716. And the bar 2, when you divide, you get the -1. So that's how this answer came. H part, bar 2.9312 divided by 3. So when we are starting dividing, so you can see here, -2 is not a multiple of a 3. So you can't divide it. Now, in this case, you need to recognize in this log values, which is a positive and negative number. So you can see bar 2 is the negative number and 9312 is a positive section. So that is a positive section. So here, when we divide this, -2 can't divide by 3. No? So what you're supposed to do is you have to take a 1. You have to take a 1. So you have to take a 1. So when you take a 1, now we give -1 to this side to make this is a -1, -3. Okay. And you have to give the other +1 for the other side. +1 for the other side. So then the number is coming now. Bar 3 plus 1.9312 divided by 3. Now both sections we are dividing separately by 3. 3 has how many 3s here? 1. So in this case, you have a -1, bar 1. And this section you separately divided. 1 doesn't have it, so you put the 0, decimal. And the 19 has how many 3s? There will be 6. 1 remain. 13. 13 has how many threes? There will be 4. 1 remain. 11 has how many threes? There will be 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So the another 2 is remaining. 22 has how many threes? There will be 7. 7 times 3 is 21. 1 remainder. So you can stop from here. You don't want to keep on dividing. So finally, you can get the answer by adding these two together. Bar 1.6437. Let's go to the part I. That gives bar 3.4112 divided by 2. Now, even this one, when you are checking dividing, you can see the bar 3 is not a multiple of a 2. So we have to follow the previous method. So when you are taking a 1, so the whole number section, this part get -1 and the other part get the +1, right? So now our number comes like this. -1 and -3 altogether gives -4. So that means bar 4 plus 1 plus 0.4112 gives 1.4112. When you divide, 2 divided by 2 is 1. Bar 4, when you divide it by 2, it gives bar 2 plus 1 doesn't have it, so it's 0. And then you look at the both numbers together, then it comes as a 14. 14 has 7 2's, no remainder. 1 again, no 2's. So you put the 0. Then you consider the two numbers together. So you have 11. 11 has 5 2's. There will be 1 remainder. That remaining one right next to the 2 top. So the number looks like 12. 12 has 6 2's. So when you divide this, so the answer is coming bar 2.7056. Part J, bar 1.7512 divided by 3. Now, when you look at this, the bar 1 cannot divide it by 3. Then we have to borrow. How much we are going to borrow? We have to borrow 2. For this section goes -2, then it's make -3. -3 is a multiple of a 3. So even here for this section, move the +2. Right? Okay, let's look at the number, how it is forming. Bar 3 plus 2.7512. Now we are going to divide it by 3. So when you're dividing, 3 has 1. The same way, bar 3 has a -1. And then plus 2. 2 cannot divide, so you just put the 0, then the 27. 27 has 9 3's and the 5. Then 5 has 1 3. There will be 2 remains. Now you have a 21. 21 has how many 3's? There will be 7. And no remainder. Now here 0. So the 2 has how many 3's? Is a 0. There will be 2 remainder. So we don't want to keep on dividing. You can stop from there. And then we get the answer is, when you add these together, Answer is bar 1.9170. Yes, when you borrow 2, you have to give -2 for this side. I hope now you are familiar how to do this. And +2 for this side. Now number is coming bar 6 plus 2.1012 divided by 3. Okay, let's start dividing. 3, 1. How many 3s are in 6 is 2. So you get here bar 2. And plus 2 has how many 3s? It's 0. Now you are checking the both numbers together. It's a 21. 21 has how many 3s? There are 7. And 0 has 0. And 1 has again no 3. So you have to put the 0. Now we have to take the two numbers. 12. 12 has how many 3s? 4. Bar 2.7004. Last part of the second question, L part, bar 5.1421 divided by 3. In this division also, when you look at the bar 5, it's not a multiple of a 3. To make a multiple of a 3, that means 6. 3 times 2 is 6. So we need to give a 1. So you take 1 and for this section, you're supposed to give a -1 and make this is a -6. And the other one, the other section, you have to give a +1. Okay, let's see now how is the number is forming. 3 has 1 and bar 6 has bar 2. How many 2s are in 6? There will be 2, so it's about 2 plus 1 doesn't have it, so it's a 0 and the decimal point straight away up. 11 has how many 3s? There will be 3. 3 times 3 is 9 and the 2 remains. Bar 2.3802. This is how we divide the logarithm value by a whole number. When we summarize the second question answers, now you can see A to F bar values all are multiple of a denominator. When you look at the question number G onwards, all of these values has to change it because you can see the bar value is not a multiple of a divisor. See, even the first G1 when you consider, you have a bar 1 and divisor is 2. So again, we have to borrow. Second one, I mean the H part when you consider, the bar value is 2 and divisor is 3. So has to borrow. So all the numbers, all the logarithm values which is given from the G to L, you have to borrow and divide. I hope you all understood how to do this division correctly when you got a bar value is not a multiple of a divisor.